Hello and welcome to Thoughts from the Green Room with your host, Geoff Mays. This week's topic, Star Wars, May the 4th, and COVID. You may not see a connection between these three things, but in my world, and possibly in your world after we're through this video, you will see the connection. Let's take it away. All right. Happy May the 4th, everybody. May the 4th be with you. Some of you really enjoy that greeting, and some of you have no idea what I'm talking about, and some of you cringe at it. So I want to start today's topic off by talking about Star Wars and my connection to it and me in the geekdom world. For those of you who don't know or haven't figured it out already, I'm a Star Wars guy. I enjoy them. I'm a fan even. And I say that with a little touch of trepidation because over the years when I say, hey, I really enjoy Star Wars, I like the movies, I often get a little bit of cut eye. So I want to start off by qualifying what fan means to me. Before I go there, I want to say that it doesn't matter to me what you like or what you don't like. Everybody to each their own, in my opinion. If you're a super fan and you're loud and proud, or if you're a quiet fan similar to myself, doesn't matter. Enjoy it the way you want to enjoy it. If you're not a fan at all, don't enjoy it. Stick with me though, for those of you who aren't fans, because I'm going to connect this fandom to COVID. Believe it or not, this all has a connection. So fandom for me is something that's relatively quiet. I take May the 4th, I watch all the movies. Actually, at this point, it's a little bit more of a weekend, but I watch all the movies through. I get some good food, I relax with my partner. Sometimes I have some friends over, and I have a good time. Throughout the course of the year, I'll probably throw in a movie once or twice. Throughout the course of the year, I'll throw on a couple of the movies and watch them because I enjoy them. Say what you will, there are some good ones, and there are definitely some bad ones. There are some great ones. But all in all, they serve the great purpose. They have lightsabers, they have lasers, they have action, they have adventure, they have some romance thrown in there, they have some politics. They seem to cover all the bases, and I enjoy them. I don't suggest that you have to or that you don't have to. Just I enjoy them. Why is this fandom important to me is the real question though. Many of you may not realize that when I was a little bit younger, I was a crazy workaholic. Nothing could stop me from going to work. I worked every chance I had because I had this belief that the harder I worked, the more I could achieve, the faster I might get to my goals of being a professional actor. And I would slug through everything. I went to school, I had multiple jobs to pay for school, I finished school, and then I had multiple jobs to pay for rent and living in the downtown core of Toronto. There were night jobs and day jobs and auditions. It was crazy. I was running 24/7 non-stop. My friends when I was in university used to laugh because they would count how many hours I could sustain myself before I would fall over. The record for the record, I went 72 hours once without closing my eyes. Craziness. As I started to mature a little bit though, I realized this wasn't sustainable, nor was it healthy in any form or fashion, and nor was it really enjoyable. And I bring this up because I know there's a lot of people, often young people, but not always, often young people, who have the same mindset that I did. And I want to stress again, it's not healthy. It doesn't help. You need your rest and you need your relaxation. And that point right there, rest and relaxation, is something that I started to realize when I was a little bit older, getting into my late 20s, early 30s. And in recognizing this, I realized that I needed to find some way to integrate rest, relaxation, downtime into my schedule because I couldn't just keep running for 72 hours on top of 72 hours on top of 72 hours. The first decision I made was to start taking my birthday off. I'm not a big birthday person, but I thought, what better day to take off work than my birthday? It seems to be a socially acceptable excuse. People understand when you say you don't want to work, it's your birthday, and your boss gives you the day off. And for me, that was my first step towards taking a deep breath and getting some relaxation. As time went on, I started to think, this birthday thing's been pretty nice. I get to sleep in, I get to do what I want, I don't have to work, and I'm feeling a little bit better. So where else can I fit this into my schedule? I've got a couple friends who are pretty big Star Wars fans, and they take May the 4th off. They watch the movies, they put on the costumes, they do the whole works. And I thought, well, that seems like a fun thing to do. Maybe not the costumes for myself, or maybe. But either way, it seems like a fun excuse to take a day off work. So that year, I took May the 4th off. I got myself some good food. I threw in the Star Wars movies, and I spent the day chilling on my couch. It was wonderful. I relaxed, chilled out. I had a good time. Thought, I'm going to do this again. I don't know how many years I've been doing this now, folks, but I continue to do it. And now that there are 11 movies in the series, like I said, it's much more of a weekend that I take, or 2 or 3 days that I take to do this, depending on where May the 4th falls. And the overall point that I'm getting at is those couple days for me are kind of like Christmas. They're an excuse to do what I want to do. No work, no auditions, no side projects, nothing but a couch, some good food, and a bunch of movies I enjoy. And since there's such a socially poignant series of films, there's a whole bunch of people out there in the world who also celebrate May the 4th. Take a look at your Facebook feed. There's got to be at least 10 or 15 people who said Happy May the 4th to you already. I'm probably one of them. So May the 4th has become a day of celebration, no less than my birthday, or Christmas, or Easter, or Thanksgiving. It's another day as an excuse for me to not go to work. Why is this important? It's important because of the rest and relaxation. I still run around quite a bit, not nearly as much as I did in my youth, but quite a bit. And when you've got the acting thing as a career, those of you out there who have this, or any sort of form of artistic career, you may understand this. You kind of bounce from job to job. You piecemeal a lot of things. You don't have a consistent schedule. And no matter how balanced you may be, it can get kind of hectic moving from one place to the other, shifting gears in the middle of the day to start a new shift or a new project for a different job than the one you were doing in the morning or the one you were doing last night. It's a lot to keep straight in your head. So why not take a day where you don't have to keep anything straight in your head at all? Watch some movies, eat some food, and relax. It does wonders for the mind, it does wonders for the body, and it gives you the energy to go back to that crazy schedule and do it all over again until the next day or a couple of days that you choose to take off and celebrate whatever it may be. Now, why do I feel that this is important right now in this immediate time frame? I'm sure everybody out there is sitting at home in some level of lockdown due to the coronavirus, COVID-19. And a lot of people are saying, this is great. I've got a lot more free time. I'm not commuting to work. I can cook more food. I don't have to deal with crowded public transit. I don't have to deal with traffic. And all these things are unintentional bonuses that have come out of this unfortunate circumstance. However, we are still in a crisis mode. And whether you're aware of it or not, a crisis mode means that there is a lot of stress going on in your body. When will I be able to go back to work? How are my family and friends doing? Who's healthy and who's not healthy? For those of you who have the challenge of dealing with individuals who may be sick due to this virus, or maybe in a situation where they're highly susceptible to this virus, I wish you the best. I wish you and your families the best. And I can only add to it, that level of stress, that level of weight that you're carrying can tire you out. It can tax your brain. It can tax your body. It can tax your immune system. It is no different than having a deadline at work or an important event that you've got to prepare for. It's a form of stress that relates and moves towards burnout. Stress, period, is not healthy. You can ask any doctor, you can read any medical journal. Stress is the primary base for so many things. So, in these crazy times, even though you may not recognize it consciously, you're probably carrying quite a bit of stress. You may not be sleeping as well because you're thinking about loved ones or how you're going to be able to pay your rent or your mortgages or whatever it is that's keeping you awake at night. So what better time than now to actively and consciously take a day away from everything and do nothing but watch some mindless television, some mindless movies, and let yourself go for a full 24 hours. Put the pen down, turn off the computer, turn off the phone, and chill. Because reducing stress increases health, sets your mind and body at rest, and rejuvenates you so you can go forward. I learned this years ago, and I use May the 4th as an excuse to do so. So I encourage you, whether it be to watch Star Wars or whether it just be to use the day to do nothing with, use the day. And if it's not today, maybe it's this Friday or next Monday. My point being, take a day. Find an excuse. You've got a pet bunny rabbit? Beautiful. When's the rabbit's birthday? Take off the bunny rabbit's birthday. Make it silly. It makes it more fun. With that said, ladies and gentlemen, there is your connection between Star Wars, May the 4th, and the coronavirus. Who would have ever thought I could have put those together? I did, apparently. Those are your thoughts from the green room. Your challenge? Take a day, ladies and gentlemen. Relax. Let the stress go, whether it be conscious or not. Thoughts from the green room, and I'll see you in just a few weeks.